There are very few channels on YouTube that I enjoy watching, and H3H3 Productions is one of them. It's run by Ethan and Hila. They're a couple, and they usually look at all of the weird, wild side of the internet, and they have a really great perspective on it where they take it down piece by piece, kind of similar to what I like to do in the political arena. And they came out with a video recently where they said that this is a turning point for us. And immediately I was hooked, I watched it. We can take a look at some of the parts from it where they basically talk about what their recent problems have been with YouTube.
Welcome to another H3H3 classic complaining about YouTube video. Out of our last 8 videos, we've had only one video that was normally monetized, and the other ones made pretty much nothing.
Okay, so there's certain things that they talk about in the video. For example, how YouTube, out of the last 8 videos that they've put out, have only monetized 1 at the similar rate that they used to monetize. And for those of you who might not know how the YouTube creator economy works, basically we make money from these videos because of the ads that you see right before the videos, or sometimes when we promote stuff. Like how Grace was promoting Dirty Dancing. Just kidding, that wasn't really a paid ad. Grace just really likes Dirty Dancing and wants to, not yet.
Not yet.
No, but in all seriousness, this is a very serious issue that a lot of YouTubers are talking about, specifically the YouTubers that I like to watch. I don't know what that says about me, but
no, all across the platform, everyone's talking about
across the platform, everyone's talking about it. I know this kind of started at the wake of the whole PewDiePie fiasco. And advertisers turned to that and went, wait a minute, this guy is the representation, #1 representation of YouTubers. He's the biggest YouTuber on the platform, and he is depicting Nazi imagery. This is weird. And then on top of that, right around the same time, advertisers started pulling out because they realized that, there was an ad boycott, and they realized that their ads would be playing against videos, ISIS videos,
just like content they didn't want to be associated with.
Exactly, racist videos. Now, the problem in YouTube immediately was like, wait a minute, we need to solve this problem.
It bent immediately for its advertisers.
Yeah, so instantly they were like, okay, we'll do whatever you guys want, and gave them this tool where advertisers can just shut off a certain category immediately if they think it's any sort of explicit content, and that they wouldn't want to do that.
Are categorized into these sort of nondescript, vague categories that advertisers can just turn on, click, check, yes, no, and that gets really fuzzy and gray because there's an other category. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
It's affected a lot of LGBT creators because in restricted mode, those videos don't show up.
I know, that was a huge issue, and YouTube claims that they fixed it at this point, which is really weird because the whole concept behind YouTube was that if you're someone that wants to just put their videos out there and connect with a large audience, and luckily we've been able to do that here, we're fortunate enough to do that here at Pop Trigger and also on the Young Turks. YouTube was a safe haven for all of those people that would have never been able to get have their voices heard on a large platform in the previous Hollywood industry. So the fact that they are trying to combat this problem by effectively silencing people through cutting off their only source of income is kind of gross.
And also causing them to conform / alter their content to be more user friendly. And you've seen a lot of creators who are incredibly popular have to sort of take their content to Patreon if they want it to be totally uncensored. And then their YouTube subscribers, if they can't afford Patreon and they don't want to support them on Patreon, are just getting a watered down version of what they once liked. So no one's happy here. Viewers aren't happy, creators aren't happy.
And then, a perfect example that Ethan talks about in his video is the Christian video they did. They tried to create a very ad-friendly video, and that alone is serious. That sucks that they had to go out and be like, how can we still make money by not creating the content that we love that resonates with you guys, but the type of content that YouTube will still allow us to monetize. So they did Christian Moms on Facebook, which is a Facebook group, and that's hilarious to begin with, against stabbing. And in that video, there's not a lot of incendiary commentary or anything like that, but just because the title had Christian on it, it didn't monetize at all. Their even attempt at trying to create a monetizable video failed.
Because advertisers don't like religion. It's one of those sort of untouchable topics they don't want to be associated with. Another thing I think it's worth bringing up is that when you see an advertisement played on television, it makes about 10 times more than what a creator. Yeah.
Try 100.
Well, okay. I'm getting these numbers from Hank Green, who did a really good video that you can check out on his site about sort of AdSense and how it works, and I believe it's like the Internet Creators Guild that's going on right now. So get your information from him. But he said it was about 10 times. So like if you see an ad on television, that they are making about 10 times more, the creators of that show, than a creator on YouTube is making for the ad of the same length, the same sort of film promo.
That's interesting that Hank Green thinks that because he's a large creator.
Right. Well,
he's failing to. I don't think he's calculating what it is. Because look, the main problem with all of this is that the only way currently, the only feasible way to consistently bring in revenue for YouTube is real-time bidding. It's a marketplace, so it's all random. It's like marketers are coming in, brands are coming in like Pepsi. They're going, we're just gonna buy, $10 million worth of YouTube inventory.
And we want them all on Kendall Jenner videos.
And
only.
And it's not like they're saying, and they have this option. Usually they can say, we want to do this on Ethan Klein's videos. Well, technically you can't even get that specific with it, but you can be like, we want to do it on political videos. They would never do that. But let's say in a world where people cared about education and politics, Pepsi was like, let's do it all on the political videos. Then you still don't know what's categorized as political. And you still, you personally can categorize it, and then you might be able to get that ad, and that's how it contributes to the creator. That's how it contributes to the creator's revenue overall, if it plays against if it automatically buys a chunk of your inventory. So because of how automated this process is, there's a lot of unknowns. And this is the biggest problem with it, specifically because pranks are really weird, but they kind of make YouTube go around a little bit, right? And Ethan Klein makes fun of pranks a lot. And another example that he used in his video was that they hadn't clearly titled it as a prank, because they had titled it like Daddy05 with Steve.
Well, it's not a prank, it's like a sketch.
I know, and in that sketch, there was a point where there's like simulated peeing on someone. And that video didn't monetize as well as it should have. Unfortunately, then Ethan went in and investigated other prank videos where there's a Joker peeing on another character, like a female character, which looks like an actual simulated sex scene. It's disgusting compared to what they were doing, which is much tamer. That video is monetizing because it's a prank, and because it has a gajillion views, and because it targets 14-year-olds, and advertisers want that.
Well, another problem here is that YouTube can sort of call the bluff of the creators. I think if we can see them getting involved in a guild and sort of unionizing to some degree, that's gonna make it really compelling and interesting, because right now, YouTube is the only platform that gives people the sort of opportunity and access to viewers and subscribers that they do. I guess the closest thing that I would think of to be its counterpoint would maybe be Twitch. But even that, I mean, YouTube can just be like, all right, you don't like how we're doing advertising here and how we're monetizing your videos, then go somewhere else. But where else can these creators go?
So they can go to Facebook, but the problem is Facebook doesn't monetize yet.
Yeah.
They are working on it currently. A lot of these other platforms, you can't really make a lot of money, or you can't even make enough money to live a normal life and still reach out to your fans and create content in that engaging way, in the same way that you used to, that even built your audience to begin with. And for a lot of people, this is their identity. So it sucks that YouTube is essentially saying, we only want vlogs, or we only want egg reveal videos, we only want marketable stuff, and then we're also going to promote mainstream industry brands now, because we're doing partnerships with them, because we have a skinny TV bundle. And I see their side
it's
too.
It's basically like play by our rules or get out. Fully being aware that there is nowhere for them to go, for YouTube creators to go right now.
Because YouTube created this environment, but what I'm trying to say is like YouTube created this environment with that no holds barred, no rules approach.
And now
it was supposed to be like, hey, like this is a place where you can be yourself on camera, and millions of other people, millions of other kids can see that and think, wow, this person's just like me. Like, I want to see more about their lives.
And now they're like, you can totally be yourself as long as you don't do any of the following. Like,
yeah, they're like, as long as it adheres to our guidelines, you can be yourself. Like, what the fuck?
It's like my grandma used to be. I love her, but for a while she made me wear dresses, and I didn't like it. And now I can finally be myself. We got to a happy medium.
but it's like if you were incapable of working otherwise, or like you were, and your grandma was your only source of income. Your grandma was then like, you better wear this dress, or I'm not gonna pay you.
It's really kind of a dark story.
Yeah, it's just like, no, grandma, don't wear this fucking dress. So come on, YouTube,
don't be like my grandma used to be.
Yeah. I like that you qualify that your grandma used to be that way. She's no longer.
The shit now. She's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, we want to hear from you guys because have you felt like this has affected your viewing experience at all? Do you think we've actually cut back anything? Because we really haven't. I don't know if we're not making. I don't know if we're not making as much money.
How we're doing this.
Yeah. But
it's as much of a mystery for us as it is for you.
And we want to hear from you guys. Leave us your thoughts in the comment section below if YouTube is going down the drain or not. I'm Sam Piker, this is Grace Baldridge, and we'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.